thread on Reddit that seemed really interesting. It goes, "Are dudes on electric skateboards considered kooks by other skaters?" Now, if you don't know, a kook, being called a kook is not a good thing. It's meant as an insult. It's like being lame, being a poser, being whack. And it has a picture of a guy on a bus with a boosted board, wearing his helmet on the bus, not riding. I'll link this thread down below because it's actually really interesting, the conversations that people have, and I'm just gonna read a couple of the responses. Everyone hates on everything these days, which is true, that's the internet. If you think you'll be universally accepted by everyone and being cool for it, you're delusional. He talks about how in the 60s and 70s, skateboarding was first seen as lame. It was the outcasting, only losers skateboarded. I wasn't around then, but you do hear that a lot, and it seemed like that was a true experience. And it didn't really become cool till like the 90s, late 80s. And then it got really big with like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, and then it became super mainstream, and skateboarding was just super cool from then on. It's just interesting that if you just add a motor to it and change the deck, it's very uncool. Or if you just make a skateboard deck long, like a longboard, again, very uncool to those on regular skateboards. Odissio, who's been skating for about 20 years but recently switched to an electric skateboard, says, "I think it boils down to what Freud called the narcissism of small differences. The thesis that is precisely communities with adjoining territories and close relationships engage in constant feuds and mutual ridicule because of hypersensitivity to details of differentiation." Basically means people are like, hey, you're different from me. It's kind of similar, but it's different enough for me to hate it. Yeah, I don't like it because what you're doing is not what I'm doing, and that makes me angry because that's who I am and I have a small mind. Anyways, there's more responses over here, but I'm at this spot right now that looks really awesome, and it looks like a great place to be a kook at. Flipping an electric skateboard is hard, to say the least. I think I deserve a like on this video. And it was my first time using the Insta360 ONE RS on my helmet. Review on that camera coming out very soon. Really awesome camera for filming electric skateboarding. But let's move on to somewhere a little bit quieter and talk more about why electric skateboarding is for kooks like me. Woo. Ultimately, in my opinion, what it boils down to, riding whatever board you ride, even if it is a board, that doesn't make you a kook. What makes you a kook is being a fucking total dickhead for belittling someone for their choice of hobby or what they want to do. Especially if it doesn't affect you in any way. Alright, cool. Next adventure, yeah? People see me do this and they wonder, like, isn't that bad for the board? Probably, but like, everything's fine. We are very fortunate and have great bike trails right by us. Yeah, so this XR has carbon fiber fender. I put a different foot pad on there, and it's got a off-road wheel. I don't know if I like it or not because I don't know much of anything else. We've got a lot of people out today enjoying themselves. It's really nice out. I'm out in a t-shirt and it's awesome. On the topic of what we were talking about earlier, I'm wondering, what do core skaters think of riding one wheels? Is it fine because it's so far enough away from a normal skateboard? Do they think it's okay? Like, do they think it's cool? I don't know. It's very interesting topic. I know that I dig everything. I'm not a big fan of everything. Like, I'm not the world's biggest fan of e-scooters. I'm not the world's biggest fan of double kingpin trucks. I'm not the world's biggest fan of EUCs. But I am a fan of watching people get stoked on what they're doing, and it's just awesome to see. So with me having a one wheel now, you guys are bound to get a lot more one wheel content. I want to learn how to do some tricks on a one wheel. It seems so sick. The float life guys, they kill it. For those of you who have a one wheel, one question for you: how do you stop foot fatigue? Because my feet are kind of killing me right now. I feel like I can't ride too long without having to take a break to stretch out the legs. Like, I carve when I ride, or at least I try to. I've never really looked up any one wheel tutorials. I kind of just go off of like feel. But if you guys have any tips for basically best practices, let me know. Ugh, gnats. One reason why I love riding these paths so much is because, like, early in the mornings and when the sun sets, there's just deer here. Right over there. Family of deer. What's that? Yeah, whole family of deer. Over there. Lots of things to talk about, lots of conversation starters in this video. Definitely let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Until next time, stay stoked. I'm out. Peace.